Live.
We're doing it live.
All right, cool. Have fun, everybody. I will be back in an hour-ish. Probably like 9:30 is when we'll do the drawings. And if we manage to make it to 100 followers, we're at 96 on the stream right now for our quest thing. If we hit 100 tonight, we're giving away dice on stream. So four more people need to follow us on the Twitch, and we're going to be giving away some dice. But with that, everybody, we are Dice Dad Games. I'm going to toss it over to Weeb, and he's going to run his game for the evening.
Alrighty. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Adventure League. We're playing the Crypt of the Crimson King. We have with us Ariana, Breeden, Kurok, Tugtog, Phineas, and Ulfir. Is the owlbear blank screen? I don't think. Should it be blank still?
I don't see anything. That's why I was asking.
Let me post a thing one more time so everyone has the link.
We are in the void. Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Link.
I don't know if there's a map. I'm not seeing anything.
It's in the Friday Night League.
No, like I'm in the owlbear. I just don't see anything when I bring it up.
I got everything blue.
I see two. I only see two people in right now. There's three.
There we go.
Okay,
now I can see it.
Awesome.
I'm not seeing anything on mine. Let's try refresh.
We should have the same city map. But just to do a simple recap of last time, you guys were sent off by Phineas Everborn. Not to be mistaken with the Phineas that is in the game, but another Phineas Everborn, to deal with a strange influx of evil and chaotic extraplanar energy that was emanating from this town. As you came in later into the evening, you eventually saw that this town is beaten up and rather destroyed. You met a lovely older man who was kind of keeping watch. He didn't have much sleep. He seemed very paranoid about the whole situation, explaining that they've lost so many people over the past few days, and that this started happening just a few months ago, and that they usually come around a certain time at night, and that there used to be an order of monks who used to protect what they found out to be, or what he called the Crypt of the Crimson King. After some research and figuring out that it was relating back to an ancient dwarven king, you guys were attacked in the middle of the night by a large quantity of ghouls who managed to take one person away, but you guys dispatched the rest. To kind of start the session off, we'll have everyone, it'll be morning, everyone has had a long rest, and you guys can hear the people like beginning to walk around out and about in town as you guys start your day up.
Well, that was a rough night. The sleep was good, but you usually only sleep well after you've been beaten this badly.
I mean, at least we got off
the kind, but a quick
smell,
trade
right?
from Timora would be good.
By the way, Phineas, clunked your head pretty bad last night. You feeling better?
A little groggy, to be honest. As I said, I think a quick prayer to Timora this morning might not do my any favours, other than give me maybe a little bit more luck this day.
At least we all made it, and most of the people in town, at least.
The only one didn't make it.
Well, technically, too, if you include the mom that got eaten.
I feel bad for that poor baby now.
Poor kid.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
His track still need a fresh.
We gotta follow him during the day, and it's the morning, so this is the best time.
Yeah, it sounds like they're held up at that monastery with their monks, or that's where they took care of them.
So as the day kind of begins, you see the older man come up to the kind of open the what is curtain in front of the giant hole that is in the area you guys are staying. And you see he has about 6 horses behind him that are all like saddled up with what looks to be supplies and stuff. We managed to put these together for the with everyone in town. Hopefully, it can get you to your journey and safely back.
Greatly
Oh,
appreciated.
Thank you very much, good sir.
Find the source of this problem.
You know, I'm real glad I decided to watch with you last night. You got some sleep and didn't die.
So the monastery is about 2 days' ride south of here. It shouldn't be too hard to find. There is a pathway that should lead you there, or what is the remnants that might be of the monastery. You can recognize the folk, the monks and such, by their bright red cloaks.
Are there some monks still alive?
Unknown, but the last time they were here, or every time they've been here previously, they were in bright red hooded cloaks.
From
I
what
see.
you know of these beasts that they were here last night, can humans turn into them once killed?
Not that we've seen. Not that I've seen. I have not seen any of our dead transform. All that we know is their bite, from what we can tell, does paralyze, and that makes it easier for them to drag you off.
Yeah, we have seen that.
That is why I have a hide of bone.
Good sir, is there any chance that we could buy a few gems before leaving?
Possibly. I'm unsure what the people in town have, but I can ask. We haven't really had any traders here since the attacks, so our town supplies are running rather low. But I'll see what we can get together. What were you looking for?
We're looking about 300 gold pieces worth of gems.
I'll be right back. And you see him just like quickly tie up the 6 horses and like run off towards one of the larger buildings that looks to be made of, like, instead of wood, it looks to be made of stone. It's one of the lesser harmed buildings in the town. And you see he runs over and he's pleading with what looks to be a shorter halfling man. You're not really sure what they're saying, but you watch him go inside and comes out with like a small sack. Is this what you're looking for? And he opens it up, and there are kind of randomly sized kind of gems throughout.
It looks like it. I was wondering, you guys, would you like to all chip in and buy them from the townsfolk?
I have never had much of a use for money. I do not carry much with me. I only have 10 gold pieces.
And I'm
What are
just
they
poor.
for?
What'd you say?
That's a good point. What are they for?
They are
What
for-
are the gems for that you're buying?
You can use the power of the gods to bring your soul back to life in case you die.
Right, that actually sounds pretty important.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
You know, I like the idea of not dying, or at least dying and then coming back.
Why would I want to die? I do not understand.
Not you
I think it's
want
more
to,
of
but
a
it happens.
Well,
but-
And you said 300?
generally, if we have 50 gold each, we can afford them. If not, I can borrow. I can lend you a few gold pieces if you need to.
Well, I have
Like-
10.
I have 90.
I think it's probably going to be used on me then, right?
Who has less than 50?
I
I have 10.
have
That's all I
10.
got.
I'll pay the 300.
Oh, you will.
Much appreciated.
So you pay the man. He goes, thank you, thank you, and runs back into town, and hands them back to the halfling man. Did you guys need anything else that we could assist you with? And you see he's gathered together in like a barrel some like short swords and long swords that are kind of rather worn, and like a couple spears. Was there anything you needed that we could possibly put together for you?
I think we're good on weapons.
As long
Well,
as
rations.
Rations would be helpful.
We have enough food.
As long as my fresh-born companions here have enough food, then we should be fine.
So you watching like over to the side. He has like he sees like they get some rice. He has like rice and some like salted meats and jerky and stuff like that. That's in the sack. And he goes, it's not much, but it should get you through. Along with some hardtack, this should get you through at least 4 days. Four at least for the trip there and back. I'm unsure how long you'll be there, but this should be enough for 4 days.
More
How
than
much
enough.
egg gonna cost? How much for the food?
We're giving you that.
Oh,
We
right.
we are just so thankful for you that you would help our town.
Can I give you a piece of advice?
Yes.
You've got a big stone building right there, right?
Yeah.
Why are you each in your little houses, spread out among the town when these things come in through the windows? If you're all together, you have a much better chance of not dying. It's really about time you talk to whoever that halfling was and get yourselves in that house, at least at night.
He's a rather shrewd man when it comes to the money in this town.
Well,
Trying to keep us, fiscally responsible. And he would not have space, and the risk of people starving and stealing, he says, is too great.
well,
Is
a shrewd
not
man should
about
know if everyone's dead, he doesn't make money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe you tell him that.
It is about survival, not this money.
I will.
You know what?
That's a good mention. I will talk to him. I will talk to him.
If he doesn't like it when you talk to him, let us know.
You should move your townsfolk to the center building, Celeste area, to defend against these creatures of the night.
That is a very good thought. That is a very, very good thought. And you see him head off and go and talk to begin speaking to the halfling. But he looks back. So, is there anything else we can get you? At all?
I believe
Anything?
we must be on our way. There is a problem to solve.
I will dig through the assorted weapons that he had real quick and see if there's any like extra darts or anything tossable, throwable.
Yeah, any javelins I would take.
So you see daggers. You see a couple short spears, which could be similar to javelins. Yeah, you probably have. We'll say, just for sake, you have 2 javelins and 4 daggers that could be used for throwing.
I'll take the dagger.
I'll take 2 javelins. And I started with some rations. I guess I would just spread that out because I don't need them.
And it was 4 daggers?
Yes.
I'm going to start to pick out a horse and just kind of caress it.
Yeah. All the horses, they are definitely not the cream of the crop. They are definitely like 3 of these look like work horses, and 2 of them look old, and 1 you're pretty sure is U-shaped.
Oh, poor little guy. I hope you can make it all the way.
But he swears that they will make it. They will get you there and back.
Are you sure it can handle our weight?
Who's
Because
the lightest?
some of us are pretty heavy.
So you
Yeah, I was
even
gonna say.
so you even see as you like step forward and out of the building, like the horses, like the look they give you, like their eyes get wide. They're like, whoa. And the same thing with the Warforged. Just whoa.
I would say put a lighter one on that one.
Or I could just run. I'm pretty dang fast.
And you see actually over along the like still in inner courtyard area, there does look to be a like a cart. That looks pretty darn sturdy. It's got steel rimmed wheels and some strong framing. It doesn't look to be in use, but it is not. He has not specifically granted that to you.
Well, what about the cart?
Yeah, how much for the cart?
So you kind of call him over, and he kind of waves off the halfling for a second, who looks to be kind of like red in the face, but like he wants to say stuff, but hasn't been able to find an answer yet. And he kind of runs back. Oh, yes, you would you, it can take 4 from with the size, it takes about 4 horses to run the cart. And it should be able to hold, I almost forgot. It should be able to hold your larger friend here, and he kind of pats you in the belly, tug and kind of taps you forwards and kind of like hurts his hand and is like, "Yes, you."
All right. I think we're probably gonna have to take it.
So yeah, he helps you get hooked up onto the cart, and everything's set up. Moving some of the stuff, freeing some of the things. Realistically, only about 4 people can fit in the back of the cart comfortably. So 2 people can ride. Who, as you guys begin your trek south, who is steering?
I am not proficient in land
I'm-
vehicles.
I don't have a proficiency in it, but I got a 4 animal handling.
I've got a 3.
Just for
I'm all right
wisdom.
at it.
I've got a 4 animal handling, but
Yeah, I got 4 as well.
do we need the cart?
Yeah. From what you guys have seen, size-wise.
Oh, okay.
Some of us are on the fluffy side of 300 plus.
Tug, you will not be able to drive, but anyone else is able to. So who wanted to volunteer? It'll just be. I'll need like at least 2 checks to begin your trek south.
I guess I could be one of them. Kira.
All right, give me an animal handling roll.
Animal handling roll. There it is. Be good. It's good. 21. Did it show for you?
Yes, it
Okay, cool.
did. Alrighty. So yes, you begin your way. Let me.
The peasant has a device.
It's
Uh-oh.
magic.
Don't sue us, Nokia.
It's the song of the ancient god of communication.
Praise him.
What
So
other
you guys
check
begin
would
your ride south. The forest is exceedingly thick and packed, but there is a pathway. You guys begin for about the better part of a half of a day. Don't really come across like too much. You do see that the trees do start to break after a bit into kind of a ledge off to one side, and you realize that you guys are actually like rather high up. You were unaware that this town was already atop and not too far from about a half day's ride from a mountain range, and you guys are kind of open into this like massive valley off to your right and kind of like a forest off to your left. And as you begin your travel, as you just like start rounding out like about 4.5, 5 hours of travel, you guys come upon what looks to be just off in the distance, a man in a red cloak who is just kind of like traveling like right within, like just barely inside of the forest.
Right.
Does he
Looks
look
like
like
it might be one of those monks.
Yeah, it's one of the monks, isn't it?
I don't
What is he
know.
wearing?
I think the
Or
flames.
is
Uh,
it that one?
He looks living. He looks like
What
he's among them living.
What is he wearing?
Yes. So you can give me a perception check. He's about 100 yards ahead. He hasn't noticed you yet.
I'll make it.
But he's trekking
Everybody
along.
or just
Ooh, that's a high roll. 25.
25.
11.
Eyes of an eagle.
So far, so good. All wisdom checks. I can do these.
do where the heck? Here we go.
Yeah, make sure everyone's rolls are in the D&D Beyond. We have everyone connected.
Ooh, there you go.
A
Good
double eight. All right. So we'll say Kurok. For you right now, you see off in the distance. Yes, this is a like a red hooded, red cloaked man who is kind of just off in the distance. You don't see his face, and he looks to be old and slightly hunched, but he is of the living. He doesn't look to be like dragging any body parts or seeming messed up at all.
Okay. Guys, this guy looks alive. He doesn't look like he's one of them.
We should probably talk to him. Do you guys want me to do that? You know, monk to monk, or do you guys all want to come along?
Well,
We
let's
know
go all
that
together.
he is a monk.
If he's one of the monks, then you know.
We'll pull up together. Just be
Probably.
safe.
Just
don't
in
know what
case.
else is in this part.
Stay back. Do not want to scare the man. I will hide my face for the time being.
All right. So how do you call to him?
We'll just do a little bit of a whistle as we
Blood
approach.
curdling roar. No, I'm just kidding.
He uses secret monk language.
Look friendly.
Monks
Crit
can't.
monthly.
Secret monk language is just a lot of flexing, honestly.
Yeah. So you
finger
see him.
origami.
You see him. He looks back, kind of half startled, almost kind of trips over himself, and he kind of looks. And waves his hand. Hail, adventurers! And he seems a little more spry as he sees you. How goes it? I was just actually making my way. I was originally making my way into the town of Havenmore, but I was camped out and I saw those creatures come back into the woods, and they barely missed me. So I had assumed that it had been attacked, and I saw them carrying bodies, so I turned around. But would you be willing to help me?
Are you part of the monks that were in charge of fighting the creatures of the crypt?
Yes. Me and my monastery are
Insight check.
in absolute need of help. Yes, you may make an insight check. If you would actually, I can escort you to the encampment. We're about half a day, if not a little more, travel from here. We've managed to escape the crypt and kind of set up an encampment there. After this being who now calls himself the Crimson King has taken us out of our dwellings.
How many of you are alive?
Do we have about 15 or 20?
All right, better than we thought.
With the insight check, you can tell that he is withholding some information.
Ulfer kind of pops up from the cart and is like,
How many of these creatures did you say narrowly missed you in the night?
So I saw 3, and they were carrying one dead man.
Is there something you're not telling us, sir?
Yeah, because we only let one escape that we know of.
You had this look on your face that somehow it feels like you're not telling us everything.
Here, you come talk to my the head of my order. His name is Estabor, and he will tell you everything you need to know. He knows more than I do. My name is Omar.
All right, Omar. Suppose lead the way.
Do you care if I ride in the cart with you? You know, my old legs makes it kind of difficult to walk.
Are you carrying any weapons?
Breeden will give him her spot.
You see that the only thing that he is carrying is a walking stick. I'm gonna show you let me check out the chat. This is a picture of the old man.
Okay.
Eyebrows have been raised.
But yes, no. So he kind of climbs up on top of a horse, and he seems rather proficient. And he begins. You guys making that way. It's so nice to have met you. Where do you come from?
Pretty much all over the place, right?
From
Something
far
like
away.
that.
I come from the mountains.
Breeden's going to be keeping an eye out for any track or like claw marks or blood stains or anything that those creatures may have left on their way back.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a perception check while you're doing that.
Hey.
For a 26.
The second 20 of the night. Okay. No, you absolutely keep a strong track on the outside, and you can see just like minuscule, almost covered by dirt, like a slightly darker patch of dirt, that something ran along this path back. You aren't in the woods, so you can't really see too far, but you can see that like they carried, like these creatures carried something along this path.
Would we know of any other towns in the area that they could have been coming from?
And would that confirm 3 creatures?
So from you can tell, there's one. From you can tell, there's just one track. You're not under sure where you're not too far. The road itself is only slightly wider than the cart you guys have. And the to your right is a drop off onto a mountain range, and to the left is thick forest. You're unsure if they would travel in all 3 on the road, or if they just in general ran through or through the forest.
Okay.
But what was the last thing someone said? I might have missed it.
Do we know if there's any like towns in the area that more ghouls could have come from, perhaps? Because we only left one.
Not that you're aware of. You aren't really aware of the having not like lived here, normally existing in your guys' school in the extraplanar kind of astral realm.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not sure of another town. It seems rather isolated up here, from what you could tell.
Omar, do you perhaps have a map of this area on your person?
No, I don't. I don't actually keep too many maps. I know the nearest town. Riverscent is not too far from here. Actually, I say not too far. Having traveled as a monk for too long, it is about 6 days' ride on horseback to the east.
I see.
The nearest towns outside of that are more than 6 days' travel, in any direction.
Besides the one we came from?
Yes, Havenmore is the closest to the monastery.
So, are you and all your monks still in the monastery, or are you camped somewhere outside, somewhere else?
No, we were. I'm very sorry for not being truthful. Our monk order protects artifacts from ancient times held by a dwarven king named the Crimson King, or who called himself the Crimson King. Some of these artifacts are evil. Some of these artifacts are tainted, but we keep them locked and guarded so they do not harm the material plane. Unknown to us, one of the artifacts broke open. The artifact is called the Rib Cage, and an evil spirit came out of it.
Oh, that's
That
ominous.
spirit has taken over the monastery, and it is what it is calling. It is who is calling themselves the Crimson King. We have not been able to get back in. It has summoned these ghoulish creatures who have attacked us. And anytime we get close to or anything, they attack us. We have managed to ward ourselves in an encampment about half a day to the east, to the west of the monastery, to keep us safe. We've just been looking for a situation just like this to help us reclaim our monastery and get
We did not tell you why we were
our home
here.
back.
So this creature is in the monastery and not like in some deep underground place or something like that.
So the monastery is the crypt.
Oh,
We kept and protected it. We've changed. We call it a monastery because that's where we exist. But to history books, it is known as the crypt of the Crimson King. And we have the upper chambers of it protected, but the lower chambers we had locked away. I am unsure what the spirit has done since we have left, but
How
we
many
have not
lower
been able to
chambers
return.
are there? How many lower chambers are there?
They've been closed off for hundreds of years now, but if I remember right, there should only be one or two.
Okay.
Let us be on our way.
My master Estebor knows much more than I do. We should be getting there soon. It's starting to get dark, and you guys, he like takes a kind of steers the horses down a kind of like a path that seems to be like handmade, and it gets kind of dark, and the trees seem to get thicker and thicker and thicker. The sunlight kind of cuts away, and it's almost pitch black. You guys pull out some simple lanterns that are attached to the outside of the cart, and pretty quickly you guys can see it's off in the distance, just like a faint light that kind of opens up, and you guys see this kind of tented encampment with like 10 or 12 tents, kind of a larger center tent, and these monks kind of existing in this area over here. This is our home for now. Estebor's in the larger tent there. Let me take you to him now. And you guys go inside, and you see a even older man than this man, kind of placed up on kind of a mat. Long beard, down well past his feet, sitting and just kind of hanging over, flowing like kind of a waterfall off of his face. And you see Omar. Estebor, I found adventurers. I found what could be heroes who are willing to assist us in clearing out the monastery.
how's it going?
You say you are willing to help us.
We are, sir.
That is why we're here.
Definitely.
Yep.
It is dangerous in the monastery. It is dangerous in the crypt.
And there's
This-
evil to exterminate and knowledge to learn. We'll go and we'll head that way.
We have brought a little bit of danger ourselves, and I sort of slap Tug's back.
Not only that, at least myself, I understand the oath that you take. And I'll hold out my hand for him to shake.
You see him put his hand out. You can see inside of this in this tent as well. There seems to be a lot of information about the planes. There's lunar model, like there's like cosmology trees of like the outer planes from like Hades to oh man, am I really not remembering all the things?
Steam.
We've all been there. Take your time.
Hey, perhaps Phineas knows this man. He seems to know something about the planes.
There we go. You see him call it like from like a spinning orb in the center that's the material plane to like a rainbow pearlescent orb just immediately north of that with like the title Elysium written on it, and all of the other planes from Mount Celestia to Bitopia to the Abyss, all organized and slowly flowing around. Our order is here to protect this area from extraplanar threats, and protect these. And you see him like he has a whole like area like warded off with different spells. You can almost the energy flowing off of it is immense. Of like all these crazy artifacts, gemmed swords, and strange twisted wands and daggers of black obsidian with starlight on the inside. These objects behind me are dangerous and must be protected and kept from harming anyone on this planet. It was one of them that broke, called Ribcage, that is what has caused the issue we have now.
Which artifact was that?
It's called Ribcage. It's an extraplanar prison. We were unaware of anyone that was inside of it, as it had been locked away for so long, but when it broke, it seemed to have freed whatever prisoner it had, and it must have been there for a long time, because as soon as it popped out, it assumed the name the Crimson King, and killed many, many of my order.
Question is it an imposter? Or is it the real deal?
That's what we don't know. When it came for us initially, it was just a large, red, crimson, glowing head that was just spouting out these ghoulish creatures. But
I think
we
met.
haven't seen of it since.
We have come across this head. It materialized itself in the New Haven, or I can't remember the town name. Sorry.
Havenmore.
Havenmore.
This ribcage be fixed?
I believe it can. I believe it can be closed. I think it may have just been triggered and opened, but we don't know by who or by what. As far as we know, it's a freak accident.
By some chance, were you alive when the first Crimson King was here? When the former Crimson King was here?
No, the Crimson King has been dead for hundreds and hundreds of years, close to 500 to 600 years ago.
Long time ago.
It there
Off
no
chance, would there be anyone who's alive that knows about it?
Yeah, exactly.
Not in this monk order. We are our eldest member, and like you see, he like is a dwarf, but he is only 170.
only?
All right.
Those dry.
Is there no way to destroy or remove these dangerous artifacts permanently?
Yes, there should be, and you see him like pull up a scroll. This scroll should be able to contain it. And it's a scroll of some type of containment spell.
Why do you not destroy the rest of the artifacts if only one has proven to be much difficult for us?
We
If
are
you
not.
please here.
We are not the masters of fate. We are here to protect these artifacts from going into the wrong hands. To destroy them could alter things in ways that we are not willing to find out.
Can anybody use the scroll?
So, in order to use the scroll, you would need to be an arcane spellcaster, or give a spellcaster check of at least DC 17.
Ooh.
Well, that's not me then.
Do we even have
I'm
like
gonna assume we mean
spellcasting?
like an Arcana. Like no.
So it would be
one-
like your spellcaster level DC 17, so D20
Oh.
plus your spellcaster level.
Do you have
Does
a
this see-
mage
Does this
in
see is
your...
for non-arcane casters or only there, or also for the arcane casters?
The spell may only be cast by arcane spellcasters.
Okay.
You just said spell level, so it should be Bard should be good technically, right?
Yes. No, you guys should be fine to cast it. If you're a non-spell, if you're not an arcane spellcaster, you need a spell casting check of DC 17.
Okay.
So a wizard can cast it, but like a paladin would need to
Have to make
pass
a
a
check.
spellcaster check in order
So-
to cast it.
So
I
who
would
here
have-
can actually do that?
Okay.
So I'd be able
Ariana,
to cast
Ariana,
it.
Ariana,
Wizard,
can cast it.
Should be all of us.
Warlock?
All the
I can't-
spellcasters, right? More or less.
Do you have any information that you are wondering about? Anything I can tell you? We unfortunately do not have the ranks to send anyone to assist you, but knowledge is what we can give you.
Have a map of the area.
That would be
Of the
good.
crypt.
Yes. So yeah, you see him. Let me get that for you really quick.
Also, these things are all undead, so maybe we should go in with some holy water. What do you think?
You got any holy weapons?
Holy weapons would be better. Holy water would be okay.
How do you use holy water?
Well, you put it on the blade or, the end of my stick, and then I beat him with it. You think I'm kidding?
Interesting.
Or to stir fry?
A present idea.
Just gotta watch for the charred bits.
All right, so I posted the map up in the league chat.
Leech.
The Friday league chat, not the AL league chat.
So
Yeah,
if we're gonna be doing this, I think the important thing we have to remember is which one of us is gonna be holding that scroll.
Everybody
Me.
who's an arcane caster say aye.
Nay.
I should be able
Warlock.
to. I mean, I've got one level in Bard, so technically.
the Warlock
Then-
and the Bard are probably the only people who can.
Okay.
Right.
Ariana is a spellcaster, and
Go-
who else?
I think I should be good. I've got one
Ariana,
level in the Bard.
I believe you should hold on to the scroll.
Whoever's holding on to it, protecting them's a priority.
I'll hold it. I should having one level in Bard is good enough for casting, right? Arcane spells?
Yep.
Is that not good enough? Clark
No,
roll.
you don't
Why-
have it.
I'm not
Why
ready
a
for battle.
level? Why go for the 1 level when I have 7?
That's a good point.
Yeah, but are you going into combat though?
Why would I go into
Naturally.
combat?
Naturally, he'll probably be on the outsides of combat, so
Making sure you're
I
not going to
really-
charge in like you did
Roll my natural
before.
quick.
Somebody who's
I
gonna
didn't
stay
charge in.
on the back
to be
line
fair, I
will
needed
be better.
help, all right? And then he needed help. But it worked out.
Every-
Can't cast a spell from face down in the dirt.
That's fine. You want to hold it, you can.
Does he have any items he can give us to help us traverse to
Right. Some holy water, holy
Holy
weapons,
water would
something.
be useful.
The only thing we can assist you with is the scroll. We are not an order that fights. Besides the staff some of our members carry, we only guard these sacred weapons.
Are we allowed to take any treasures or items that we find underground?
Yes, I would believe so. We brought every weapon we possibly could on the way out, since that is our goal and our mission as the children. We must.
So do we need this ribcage thing on us when we try to seal him back up?
I am unsure even where it is.
Find the ribcage, step 1.
Can I insight check this man?
Sure.
Ulfer, he'd probably be.
I'm also
something doesn't
feeling it.
add up quite to Ulfer. Just the fact that he's saying he's a protector, but he's also saying he's got no combat ability or anything like that. So
Yeah.
that's kind of
As-
the way
as
Ulfer's
a monk,
approaching it.
As a monk, Breeden's a little suspicious of that as well.
Give
I got
me
a 13.
13,
16.
16.
Anyone or
The
Don't go
information
into
I can tell you is that the presence that lurks inside of this monastery now is a horrible ghast. And from the information that I have been able to piece together, and he kind of points over to this the display of the planes, is that somehow Ribcage has opened a portal to the plane of hunger.
That's pleasant.
Are we familiar with that plane?
So give me an Arcana check. You can tell that Estebor has secrets, but nothing that seems to immediately pertain to what you're dealing with. He does have secrets, though, and you would guess he would in order to keep these artifacts safe.
Doesn't let me roll. Sorry, I cannot roll.
It's okay.
Refresh the pages if it's not working for you. All right, so I guess my question is what do all those weapons do? Do they have names? What are they? The ones
Can we
hidden
use them?
behind your barrier.
And
We
can
do
we
not
use
have
them?
everything cataloged. We've just been tasked from monk to keep them safe. We only found out what Ribcage does after researching it after the incident happened.
It should maybe be a priority to know what everything does in your care.
you think there's anything that could be used for good they could possibly identify?
Yeah, any items we can use? Or weapons?
You see his face become stern. You will not place your hands on any of these weapons. And you see him kind of slap his stick down, his staff down in front of the kind of warded area of weapons.
Wow, you shall not pass. I see how this is.
So there are fighters then. Good on you.
They're not going to hand out them to just anyone willy-nilly.
I don't mean to raise my voice at you. We've just lost so many people, and we have. You're the first able-bodied people that we've been able to find. No one has even come close, or if they do, they are immediately attacked and killed by the ghouls.
Right. I guess last questions I have. An estimate of how many ghouls are in there?
When we left, and it was this evil head was spitting them out. We were chased out. The numbers were between 20 to 25, maybe 30.
Oh boy.
Right.
It's
What a
easy.
fight we have on us.
Do you have any places inside? I mean, you've got this map here. Is there anywhere inside that you would keep useful things for fending off attacks or anything like that? An armory, a storehouse, whatever.
The only thing we have close to a storehouse would be, let me actually shift over inside of the Owlbear Rodeo. I'm gonna change the map up real quick for you guys to the Crypt. So you guys will have to remake your. I can't bring your tokens over. But he explains this room was kind of the storeroom per se. It is what kept it. The entrance is right here, by the way. So if you want to place your characters in this area. But he explains that, yeah, this was the storeroom. You may find some useful items there, but he doesn't know what the ghouls have taken or destroyed. He doesn't know what everyone grabbed when they left. It was just a heap of madness trying to escape.
Do we still have our tokens, or we have to bring any icon?
I went ahead and dragged Kurox and Brydens onto it because I have those.
Yes. Besides that, you will have to either make a new token or.
Mine, but I need to make it smaller.
Yeah, I don't remember how I have those, but I have them. I have Ariana's too. Hold on.
Oh, and by the way, we should actually, if I'm not mistaken now, all of these squares should be a correct 5 feet. So, yeah, if you guys want to shrink down to your smallest size, that'll keep you kind of in your 5-foot square for you.
I think I'm gonna have to.
I can't
see
see
1,
a
2,
map.
3. I see 6. I have 6 tokens that I can see.
There we go.
The squares are a little off.
Oh, are they a little off?
Yeah, about 2.5 makes 10 feet. But that's fine. We have squares, which means we can count.
My bad.
I don't know.
Wait.
I have to figure out Owlbear Rodeo to try and fix that. Unsure, but each square is 5 feet. So you guys can kind of count that to the best of my ability. Alrighty.
How am I so big still?
Is there any way you could turn grid snapping off
Ooh.
so it doesn't snap us too?
Yes, let me
And why
check that.
am I so big? I've got the size
so
all
if
the
you
way
click
down.
your
If you
token,
refresh,
you
it'll
can-
fix it.
I put
who's
grid
large?
snapping sensitivity to Zilcho, so you guys should be able to move around easy. Are you able to move easier now into little spots, however you want?
Still kind of. It's a little better.
It's snapping, but it's manageable. But
Yeah,
also,
I
my
don't
guy
think I
is
can.
so big. I don't know why. On your
Who's
screen,
the
is it
bigger,
still big?
Kirak?
No, you
Kirak is
have
fine.
to refresh. After you shrink it, refresh.
Oh, okay.
Who's the blonde dude?
Phineas.
Yeah,
Look at him.
there we go.
I'm going to eliminate Phineas's larger token and put it in.
Just
you
Oh,
guys
fuck.
control
I assume I'm in the back.
Giga
Ish.
Phineas has been deleted.
Giga
This evil
Phineas.
twin.
Delete.
Hi, Gigafinius.
You can delete the wing. Thank you.
Alrighty. So yeah, you guys are in front of Estabor. The time is running a wee bit into the evening. Would you like to stay here tonight and head out in the morning? It's about a half day's ride to the monastery, or would you prefer to head out tonight?
Maybe
think
we
we-
should head tonight before they attack somewhere else.
Right, but if we head out now, we might get ambushed by them. And quite frankly, I don't want to be fighting about all of those things in the middle of the night, in the middle of the dark, in the middle of the woods.
Here.
Ooh, let me try and fix these sizes for people. Ooh, why didn't... Yeah, that is very weird. 2 of the tokens for Breeden and
Everyone go ahead and
Ariana.
refresh your page.
I think we're good at this point. I think just whatever the dice dad, the streamer, would have to refresh
I think
their
those-
page.
Yeah, I think everyone will snap in just fine. You guys don't take up too many squares or anything too big. We know you're in your singular square. We'll work all the stuff and the kinks as we continue. But what did you guys decide? Stay here the night or head out in the morning?
Shall we stay?
I really think we should stay. I don't want to risk walking around in the middle of the woods. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm blind in the middle of the night.
I might
What,
enjoy
what,
walking in the woods.
what are you saying about woods? We're going to the crypt or not?
Right, but we got to go through
The
this
woods to get to the crypt.
expanse to get to the
It's
crypt.
a half
We're
day's
not there.
travel.
Half days.
So he-
Oh,
he explains. He kind of, I don't have a rough drawn map, but he kind of pulls out a map for sake and explains like over here through the mountain range. The monastery is hidden within the mountain range to the east or to the west.
how far is it from here?
It's about a half day's ride.
Oh, all right. Then I agree with them. Let's stay the night.
All right. Is there anything you guys wish to do? They set a meal out. The monks are all rather quiet and keeping to their duties. You're unsure if some were under vows of silence or not, but everyone kind of eats. Very little talking goes on, and most just head off to bed. But they do set a meal out, so you don't have to use rations for tonight.
Breeden's going to see if she can borrow a whetstone if there's one lying around somewhere to make sure her weapons are very ready to go for the next day.
Yes, you managed to find a whetstone. Someone has one in one of the monks has one in a pouch.
Awesome.
Is there
Okay,
anyone else
and
looking to
when-
do anything? Or...
I had one more question. Are we supposed to bring back the artifact or seal it before bringing it?
That's entirely up to you. He brought you the scroll to seal it and seal it away. But if you don't wish to seal it, you could just bring it back. But he gave you the scroll that has the ability to seal it.
All right. Thank you.
One other thing is before everybody completely falls asleep, Breeden's going to kind of collectively, one at a time, head to everybody and ask them if there's anything specific they need going in. And she's also going to ask on the status of who has magic weapons and who doesn't.
Well, I have magic weapons, but I usually attack from the distance with the power of magic.
All right, that should be fine.
Few creatures can resist the power of my claws.
All right. I'm just a little concerned. I don't want anybody fighting a ghost with their bare hands unless they're... Well, I mean, like my bare hands, but still, you know what I'm talking about.
Your bare hands, Tug's bare hands.
Yeah.
Over
My bare hands are magic, okay? But I can't speak for everyone here.
I am the
No
weapon.
weapons party.
She just kind of gives him a high five at that. I am the weapon.
I don't have any magic weapons.
Right. But you've got spells.
Not combat spells, no.
Okay. So we got to be extra careful with you when we're fighting some big, dumb red speck.
Who's that talking?
That was Phineas.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't have combat spells. I'm not combat. I'm here to help, not to dive into the middle of combat and get beaten to death by some spectral anomaly.
I mean, completely
How
understood.
do you say the brains of the operation?
Of course, sometimes the combat finds you.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
there
got to
are
find
ways
me
to-
first.
Don't die, Phineas. As we're like kind of push him playfully. Just way too overly physical.
All right. Well,
Also,
to not
running is
dying
always an
tomorrow.
option.
To bring
has
everybody
the-
around, even though
Who
she
has
won't.
this? Who has this scroll? Just as a reminder.
I think Phineas does, right?
Was it
Okay,
Phineas?
so is everyone ready to sleep?
Yes.
Shall we take a watch just in case?
I would take watch just in case.
We don't need a watch.
The monks do the watching.
Hopefully.
Everyone gather round.
I mean, I don't need
Alright.
to watch no matter what, really.
All right.
I'm good
like,
too.
I'm always watching.
Oh,
That's
perfect.
Once everyone is within range, I will cast Leomund's tiny hut
Ooh.
and a 10-foot radius immobile dome of force springs into existence around and above you and remains stationary for the duration of 8 hours. Let's all get some sleep.
Shouldn't we do this outside of the monk camp instead of inside of it?
They're gonna have real trouble getting through their halls.
They should
Not
all be
that
asleep
problem.
anyway.
Too late.
And with that, I'm just gonna kind of sit down, cross-legged, and just go into that emotionless, inactive state.
Obviously outside, I'm not going to do it
Oh, okay.
in the middle of weather. Once
That's,
everyone was ready.
that's kind of a mean thing to do to these poor monks.
Yeah, so you guys set up your tiny hut, and I'll get some rest. Solid sleep, and in the morning, you can hear the kind of hustle and bustle of everyone in the monk camp, kind of starting their day, still trying to keep life as normal as possible, even though they've been cast away from their home. You see Estebor is out walking about, and he kind of taps on the outside of your hut. Good morning.
If we've had for 8 hours, I will dismiss it, or it will disappear by itself, whichever comes first.
Yeah, like almost on the dot, he like taps it on top, and like his fourth tap kind of like goes through it, like whoa, oh, good morning.
Morning.
Hi.
Shall we begin? I will be the one to escort you to the chambers, to
Alright.
the crypt.
Lead the way.
Sounds good. Give me a second though, and she's gonna do a real nice morning stretch.
It seems Timora has let me live another day, so I'm going to make sure it's everybody else's problem.
And then when she's done, she'll hop on.
Yeah, no, you guys.
Yep.
You guys get everything set up. He does warn. Please do not bring anything that you were unable to carry. Once we get to a certain area, just outside of the monastery, you will not be able to take a horse and buggy up.
Oh,
think we
so
should
we
fine.
should
After
go
all, we
by
do have
foot?
Tug if we need to carry anything.
All right. Yeah. No. So you guys travel. You guys travel and make your way. You kind of clear down into this kind of larger area. Out back into the forest, back onto the road. Continue on for about 2 or 3 hours, and then it begins to turn at a fork, going down and into the mountain range. You guys slowly begin descending into this valley, kind of zigzagging in an S pattern back and forth. kind of continuing on, and you can see off in the distance, after about an hour's worth of like heading down into the valley and maneuvering down in this valley, the stone seems kind of dark and clouded, and there's a kind of a fog and a mist forming. But yeah, you guys eventually kind of, as you break in and around this specific corner, and these two mountains in your vision ahead separate. You can see built into the peak of this range as like a staircase leading up, that you can see it gets kind of zigzaggy, and then kind of a steep staircase on the highest peak of this range. You see a massive stone archway. The engraved doors within display like an immense cosmological map that kind of is flowing around the outside, showing the numerous locations of like the planes of existence relative to the material plane in the center. And you guys, after another hour or so of travel, have to abandon the cart and begin your trek up. And you watch as Estebor like makes his way up to the top of this. He's looking around kind of carefully. I think we're safe for now. I don't see anything.
Breeden is also going to look around.
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception check as well.
Oh, why not? I'll look around.
Yeah, you
as
guys
well.
can all give me a perception check if you wish to look around.
19.
19. Let's see what I was.
13.
12, 13,
Yeah,
And I do have a
21.
passive 16 as well.
21, 19.
passive of 15.
Passive of 17.
My dice rolls aren't showing up in the game log.
Did you try leaving
So-
and come back?
Yeah,
So you have
I've
one.
done that.
I see a Phineas Donso
Yeah, I
as a
see
custom
that.
roll, but I don't know why it's not popping up like your standard rolls.
Well,
You broke it.
Yeah, we see the custom roll. There's a deception check.
Okay, so it does. I just clicked that, so it worked when I clicked it on your character sheet, which is weird. I'm unsure.
so why isn't it working when I click on it?
I don't know. I do not. I am unaware of that. Do you want to try restarting D&D Beyond and hopping back in, or I don't know if you've done that or not.
I already have.
Weird.
One sec. I'm going to do something weird. I'm going to deactivate your character in the campaign, and I'm going to reactivate your character in the campaign, and see if that does anything that might. All right. See if you're able to now.
Anything? What we rolling? Perception.
You can roll anything. It's perception check.
Nope.
That's very weird. Okay. I trust you, and I believe we can try and figure this out. I'll take some time in the week before the next session to see if it's maybe something to do with some setting or something.
Yeah, no problem.
No, we went down in the valley and we started going back up the mountain now, correct?
Yes, so you went down the valley and up the other side, and up on top of this like mountain range, up on like a peak of the mountain range, is this like massive door here. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna post a picture real quick. Make sure you guys can see. Yep. Here. Upload. There's a picture of you guys. That is you guys heading up to the door with
There
Estebor.
he is.
I got a 2 on my perception, by the way.
Oh,
I got a 19.
so that's the door right there. You guys begin up to it, and
Just
kind
like
of
the
peeking
temple
around
of
with
Jack-
his perception check, your guys' perception check. Kurok and Breeden, you guys see like off in the edges, like what maybe like you see like flashes of like red and white. But Estebor continues his trek upwards. Then as he makes it to the door, you watch him like take his staff up on this like cosmological wheel on this like door, and he like moves stuff around into like a perfect pattern. It seems kind of chaotic at first, but he like moves it around and like taps it in the center, and you watch like these massive stone doors
Sweet.
slide open.
Just like the Pinzold Tower he was at.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, I got intelligence of 8, so.
Don't worry, I'm right there with you.
Same.
Roll -1.
All right, so yes, the door opens ahead of you.
All right.
All right.
And you see him kind of he like points in. You must delve deep into this mountain to find that entity and force it to evacuate. The first level of this place is our monastic accommodations and living spaces, the cenobium, and below that is the dwarven crypt that we have left unadulterated. And beneath that is a natural cavern with depths that we have not explored. We know of its existence.
How large do you think the whole thing is?
I'm unknowing of the cavern below, but the crypt is somewhat large. I would say,
Somewhat.
and he kind of spaces out, like with a hand, and like draws. He's like the size of maybe a small town.
Oh, well, that's great. Are there any traps or anything on the?
That's about what
you
I
have to be worried
was,
about?
I was about to ask.
That's a good question.
We know of some traps that exist within the crypt, specifically leading to and from the chambers that held the treasures of the Crimson King. But none of us has been down there, so our thought is that they've probably rusted away and are defective at this point. It's been hundreds of years.
Well, that's a good hope, but I'll still be watching out.
Yep, Warlock is still gonna be working.
Yeah, as long as they're not magical, yeah.
It can magic rust. If it's like metal, if it's magical, then she's gonna amuse herself for a second.
Thank you so much again. We are forever indebted to you. And he reaches out to shake your hand. You may move forward as you wish.
Awesome.
Well, I've got a really keen eye, and I tend to be watching out for everything around me, so I'll go first unless someone else thinks they'll be keeping a better one.
I'll go second if you want.
I would like to be in the front.
All right.
Or,
I'll be in the
near
middle.
front.
So now that you guys are in the, what's it called? Let me open up the Owlbear Rodeo real quick because I freaking moved it. Yes. If you guys just want to put your things in order as you would be placed in.
All right, go ahead, the first person.
I'd like to be in the front just to make sure I keep an eye on everything ahead of it.
Perfect. And who wanted to be second? I can be third if you want.
I'd like to be second or third.
Okay, you go second, I will go third. Perfect.
Be fourth
Second, third. Yeah.
or
That's squeezing
somewhere in
good
the middle or
Phineas.
back.
Phineas bringing up the rear.
Mr. Phineas, I don't recommend that you go last. Somebody who's strong should go as the rear guard for your own safety.
I hear that the person at the back gets attacked first anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Tug is in the back. All right. So you guys head in.
Find it on the ceiling.
All right. As you descend, there are stairs that lead down. As you descend into the stairs, and you guys it's rather dark in here, and as you guys continue, you hear a voice from the back. Again, us, the children of the Crimson King, are forever grateful. And you guys hear the door at the top.
Oh,
slam shut.
May.
I don't like
Uh,
him.
and you hear it grind. And you guys can see like a blue hue of light form up there.
Well, that's fantastic.
I don't like your monk
That
friend.
coming.
You know what? He's not my friend.
Nah, all you monks are the same.
Yeah, once a month.
Now that's offensive. All right.
A little bit.
All right. As you guys continue in, you'll head into like the very first open area. There's a tent and some sleeping areas. This area is distressed. Like there are very many signs of distress strewn about. There are robes, half-packed trunks, sheets of thick canvas, and random items. You would guess you're not the first adventuring party who has been sent down here.
Give the Ted a hut.
Do I see
Sorry.
anything specific? Bodies, things strewn about in a way that would indicate like something was put somewhere. Anything out of the ordinary that looks deliberate more so than just tossed around.
Give me a perception check. Everyone, give me a perception check.
14.
That one.
14. That one.
My
That's
rolls
still really
are
good.
perfect.
perception.
One
You
good.
would not.
I've been doing good on my rolls all night. I was due for a crap one.
I've had a nat 20, and everything else has been 5 or below.
Downhill after that point.
So, Kurok, you don't find much. What did you get, Phineas? Since I know you're unable to.
13.
13. All right. Kurok, Tug, Ariana, Breeden. You guys are unable to really locate anything of importance besides this kind of randomly strewn about trash. Ulfir and Phineas, you guys, while searching through, managed to locate 2 crowbars, a sledgehammer, and you find 2 crowbars, a sledgehammer, a grappling hook, and a candle.
Ooh, a candle.
The
I'll take the
candle, from what you
grappling
can
hook
tell,
if,
looks to have about 4 or 5 hours worth of light.
Well,
Assuming it's
might-
very dark.
It is very dark in here. You do see on the walls, though, that there are areas that do have places for there's lamps to be burned.
Sconces.
Yes, sconces. That's the word I was thinking of. There are sconces that you can light if anyone has a flint and steel.
I'll use a torch and that candle to light him.
I got a torch too.
Well, let's get everything lit. I can't fight when I'm blind.
If you would like, also, since we're always going to have a light, I have spell light.
Okay.
we should take at least the grappling hook, or we're taking
I'm taking the
everything.
grappling hook.
Does
I'm
anyone want to?
attaching.
Does anyone
Alright,
want to
so-
light the spell on one of their weapons or something?
I think if I'm in the front, it probably should be me.
All right. You want me to put on? You have a weapon? You're
Shuffle
monk, right?
Brothers,
Okay. So I touch
You've
that,
seen-
and
seen her fight with.
okay. I touch that. I cast light on it.
Alrighty. All right, so you guys have a well-lit room here now. You can see there is a door to your right and a door to your left, and a hallway that leads straight ahead.
Right. Can we see light coming from that room to the north of us?
No, none of the lights that you see are there. Those are all.
Wanted to make sure.
Just part of the map.
This
Okay.
module did not come with unlit
Um,
and lit maps.
I have
so-
dark vision. Can I see like most of things around here, or
No, so there's light in here now. So you guys
okay.
can see everything, but the doors here and the doors here are shut.
I'm gonna open
Yeah,
this door.
I'm gonna open this door too.
Alright.
All right, so Tug, you open the door to the south, and as you pop it open, there is a foul smell coming from this. And as you look inside, you can see this is a lavatory. There's
Shut the door. Shut the door.
a big thing and there's a bunch of crap in there.
It is very like you to find the shit, dog.
Sure, okay.
Oh, I need
And
5
as you
minutes. I'll be
guys
back.
head into 3, you can see this like room 3 is rather tight, like it almost feels airtight. And as you kind of push into it,
What's
like
room 3?
So, why did I say that? The room to the north of you. I don't know. I'm freaking on my freaking thing. The room to the north of you. The door seems to be airtight. Like it's very well built and put together. And as you reach for the handle and pop it open, like smoke billows out of that room. Just it smells burnt and like acrid and disgusting. Just a burning stank.
Burning stank.
And as you kind of like peer through into the smoke, you can see that there's a fire. Let me get the thing. There's a fire coming from right over here. This looks to be a stove. There's a large stove here and some cooking utensils and a plate here. This looks to be a kitchen.
Is there a place that vents out like smoke or anything?
Yeah, there is a place to vent out smoke, but it's like whatever is burning in here is putting off a large amount of smoke.
All right. Well, that's the third room we've opened, so we'll call that room 3. And I'm gonna keep an eye on the hallway.
That is the.
Is anyone
second
heading
room.
into the
Yep.
kitchen?
Does it look like it's a corpse burning or something like that?
You have no idea. You can tell there's fire inside of the stove.
If a fighter
get
goes in with
closer.
me, I'll go.
I'm going right in. I'm not smart enough.
I don't go into alone. Yeah, I'm a squishy boy.
All right, so Tug, Ulfir, you guys head on in, and you can see in there, it's actually what looks to be like a couple loaves of bread were cooking, and now they just like caught fire and they're like burning in here.
Pull the bread out of the stove, if possible.
Does it look like
Can I just
it has
swipe it off
been
the stove
burning?
with my axe?
Yeah, you swipe it off, and you swipe it out of the kind of like oven setup that's there, and they're just charcoal at this point. It's just burnt up charcoal.
Yeah, but ain't smoking no more. That's all that matters.
The charcoal is gray, like it has been burned recently, or it's black, like it was recent, or gray, like it has been like that for days.
So it is grayish.
All right.
It's beginning to grayish. So, something has been down here moderately recently. You're not sure how recently, within the past couple days or so.
I do not know who would try to cook here. Someone
So
must
why
have
would
been trapped for
why
some
would a
time.
monster try to cook?
That's a.
Those ghouls wanted some human sandwiches.
Yeah, Sammy. Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
quite frankly, with that fight we had last night, I don't think those ghouls have the sophistication for the finer.
Can I take a look
Yeah.
around for any other signs similar to that, like discarded, like perhaps still wet cups or warm?
Yeah, no. You look around. You don't see. Like you can see over in the area over here. That there's like flour and like water and like oil and stuff kind of setting right over here. Like it was like something was made here and put in here.
How many days ago did the monks told us that they left this place?
They didn't.
Oh, they didn't. Okay.
And they were fake monks, though, right?
All monks are fake monks.
You know what? Stop that. All right.
They were funks.
I like that better.
That works for me, folks.
Funks.
Is there anything in the walls or something that we could check?
Cobwebs.
Dystad's reaching out to you in chat.
Yep. So before we continue on, as you guys kind of contemplate the dark nature of the children of the Crimson King, we're going to pick a winner for the art commission this week in Dystad Games Discord channel.
Ooh.
Cool.
So we have quite a few people up today to receive this brand new Chess X dice set. Or no, that's not. That's for something entirely different. That's for the stream. That's when we get more followers. This will be an artist commission from our Madam Shiva, our in-house commission artist. And here we go, spinning in 3, 2, 1.
Yahtzee.
Bingo.
I think it's Yahtzee.
And the winner is, I'm going to butcher this name, Yiggy Higgy Jiggy Kiggy Liggy. Jihi Jiggy He. You gave me the wrong. Never mind.
Yiggy higgy.
All
Clearly,
right.
that goes on without it.
Drum roll.
I like the
Jay.
Congratulations, Jiggy Higgy.
Nice.
Wait,
Cool.
I'll
They give
always
away
be here.
missions possibly? I was talking to the guys in the game. Yeah, she does awesome work.
Great.
And with that, we will continue on into the Crypt of the Crimson King. All right. You guys have cleared out the smoky kitchen and cleared the crap out of the lavatory. Before you lies a long hallway.
Guys,
How high are the ceilings in here?
Ranging about 10 feet.
10 feet. So it's like 2 5-foot squares.
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to progress on the ceiling.
All right. You
Oh, that's disturbing.
are officially on the ceiling.
Just general Grievous crawling.
So as you
Oh,
guys
really?
head down this hallway, immediately to your left, there's a door. A little farther down, as the light kind of shines through, you guys can see that there are a couple doors placed along here, and a door at the end of the hallway. There is a small alcove here leading to some stairs up into an area. You tell me which one you are exploring first.
So I suppose we should probably knock these doors one at a time and be thorough, yeah?
Yep, sounds good.
All right. First things first then, and Breeden will take her staff and just tap at the door and give it a real good listen, just to hear if anything's inside.
Tap, 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 tap.
Oh.
And
And then is that gonna be perception or nothing?
perception. No, passive perception. We'll just roll passive perception. No
16.
need to active.
I'll be
16?
right above the door.
You don't hear anything. There's a dunk, 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 and echo. Nothing.
All right. I don't hear anything, so she'll shoulder on the door, pull it open.
There's a set of bunk beds that lie against the far wall, providing accommodations to what you would guess is for the monks in here. And there is also a small trunk with some simple monkish wardrobe inside of the room.
All right. Well, first things first then. Breeden's going to head over and check out the trunk and the clothing.
All right. You head in and pop open the trunk. And the clothing looks to be like it's a red robe. There's a large crimson red robe in here. And as you open up the trunk, you find also just like some undergarments, like a shirt, some sandals, and as well, I'm going to post this up in the chat, you find a folded up letter.
All right.
What?
Reading will one hand read the letter. Second hand, she'll lift up the undergarments. Anybody want these?
Pass. Thank you.
You sure? They're all yours.
I'll sort of snatch him
All right.
from her when she's holding them up from the
so,
ceiling.
yeah.
Just kind of throw
Well,
them off to the side.
You guys find a folded up letter as well, and it's inside of a kind of a booklet. This looks to be. It says Estebar on the outside.
all
And
right.
there's a passage from it.
So I found this letter. Estebar continues to work tirelessly upon the ribcage. Looks like this person's not sure what they want to do with it, but Estebar keeps going at it. Looks like it keeps saying. But they've been talking to people apparently. Estebar got strange, and they appeared calm, and now they seem possessed. This is really just feeding into the fact that we got locked in here by the bastard. They decided to confront him. He didn't take it kindly. Refused to return the ribcage to the gallery. They hoped he would not go insane. And then they heard screaming from Estebar's chamber. Oh, that's disgusting. And all the rest of the lines say, "All hail the Crimson King, all hail the Crimson King," over and over again. All right.
Driven by madness.
Got absolutely driven insane by it. So if we find the ribcage, don't touch it.
Must make haste in here.
Right, but we also should be careful in case we find anyone else. So, Breeden is going to take the red hooded robe, and as long as it doesn't interfere with her movement, she will put it on.
Yeah, no, it holds on pretty well. It doesn't seem to fall past your feet, and you have a crimson red robe on.
All right, so that way, if I walk into a room first and one of them sees me, well, they'll see a monk. One of theirs.
No, you guys check the rest of the three sleeping chambers, and don't find much more of interest besides bed and clothing. There are 2 more robes, so there are a total of 3 red robes inside of the trunks in here.
Anybody want to join me in looking like a goofy twat?
I don't think they make them in my size.
That's fair. All right. The doorway on the end, or do we see the staircase that's to our right?
Yes, you see the staircase off to the right.
Creepy stairs or a doorway?
I'm a big fan of doors.
Right. Should probably clear everything first, yeah?
Oh, you already cleared the rooms, so all that's left is the door.
All right. I'll get back in the front, and she'll do the same thing she did previously and just knock on the door with the staff. And
Positioned
listen
above
carefully.
the door as well. Anytime Breeden knocks, I'm going to be pretty much right above her.
Yeah, no. So you. You don't hear anything.
Opens the door.
So as you open the door, you see deep gouges all over the walls. The mark of some kind of passage of some horribly foul creature. But in these same scratches, you kind of look, you think they seem to be just randomness. But as you peer around, you see they seem to be in the shape of some type of, like a very like detailed now version of the Great Wheel of Cosmology. It's mostly now destroyed, but it's there. Like they've in scratches inside of the stone drawn a relief of the Great Wheel Cosmology, and there's also just a large pile of bones in the corner.
So the drawings of the cosmos are like made in scratchings instead of paper. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Thank you for the follow, Zealith. If we
Do
get
the
3
scratches
more
look
followers
like,
on stream
I don't
tonight,
know, like
that is going to
wild,
put us at
like
our goal for
somebody
the month.
crazy was doing that.
They do seem to be somewhat in like a strange fit of madness.
Do they look to be done by actual human hands or some type of entity that is not human?
As you look closer, you don't see any like blood, like it was nails of some sort. It looks like it is some type of cutting tool.
I make like maybe a medicine check, see if I would recognize these cuts.
Sure.
Uh,
The letter
What's that?
mentioned somebody who was possessed, I believe.
You said
Maybe
wait, one more time. A medicine check to check what?
if I would know what tools made these marks.
Oh yeah.
I rolled a 19.
All right. So with a 19, you can tell this is either like a kind of half dull dagger, or some type of like, you wouldn't guess a short sword, but like maybe some type of dagger.
Can I search the body here?
Yes, there's a pile of bones. As you search through, give me a. Oh my god, give me the thing. Yes, give me a medicine check.
6.
It's a pile of humanoid-like bones. You don't really see much in it.
I sort of just swipe them.
Yeah, you swipe them. They are dry. They are bone dry.
Same.
It has nothing with it.
I'm gonna open this door right here.
Just wait, who searched the body?
Ulfer.
For all of the viewers who just joined us, we are on a quest for 100 followers. We're currently at 97 follows on stream. Once we hit 100, we're going to give away some dice. So if you'd like to earn some dice tonight, make sure to follow because we're really close to our next goal.
Double check his work real quick.
I did just kind of kick it and walk away as like, whatever.
You just patted it on the ass like, nah, nothing.
This is what purely organics are made of. And I'm not actually like made of metal. I'm mostly wood and bone.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's very.
That's
almost,
creepy.
That's almost creepier.
I have like a full picture of Ulfer. He's a fucking menacing.
I'm pretty sure I've watched like a Swedish indie film about him before.
Probably.
What do I
but
see
yeah.
down this hallway, sir?
Alrighty. So as you continue looking down that way.
He was checking the pile of bones behind me.
Yeah, if that's possible.
Same thing. Medicine check, definitely.
Sorry, Tuck. One moment.
25.
25. So these look to be human bones, and they are sucked dry. There is no flesh on them. The marrow has been like cut and broken open and sucked out. They've been thoroughly 100% cleaned, all the way.
Do I know if this is like fresh?
No, this is not fresh.
I can't. Okay.
This is
Really?
you would guess more than a month old.
Okay. So I'm just relaying that info. You're like, guys, this guy had no like blood on him at all. Like something either sucked him dry, ate him, used every part they can get from him except the bones.
Sounds like my ex.
Didn't know you had an ex.
Long story.
All right, which way are we going? North or
Well,
south?
Look, we see another door down that way, so I think we should check each door in turn. So I wouldn't go down again through a second door if we got another door in this room to check.
Right.
So we don't want
there's
something coming up behind.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
there's a door to the south and a door to the north once you're in that room.
Breeden's gonna do her knock and check on the.
I think
I'm with you.
Tug was opening the southern one, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's open them at the same time.
Yeah,
Alright.
he opened it.
All right. So you guys open you guys do the tap on the door to the north, and you do not hear much. It is quiet.
Okay.
Yeah, as you look inside, little remains intact in this chamber. There's a solitary bed that's been like absolutely broken apart. There's fur and feather-filled blankets that are like torn and scattered throughout the rooms, and you see deep claw marks line the walls, the ceilings, the floor. There was a clear signs of struggle within here.
Breeden would like to give it like a very, very good, thorough look over to
I'm
see if
searching with him.
So give me a perception check, and then give me a perception check.
How
I
about
got a
nat
4.
20?
Ooh, I think he did better. I got a 14.
14 and nat 20. All right, with a nat 20, as you're kind of like looking through, so actually for like a millisecond, we're gonna jump down. Tug, as you touch the door, it is locked. It is hard locked. You can't even open. You can't even open the door. But no, as you begin searching through this kind of area, and like scouring everything, you notice that there is. Let's make sure I have this correctly. To the north side, right along. I keep switching up on Airball Rodeo. Right around here, there looks to be a hidden passage. There's air flowing out from underneath. The cobwebs there you can see are blowing.
Okay. Breeden's gonna turn around and give a quick whistle. Hey, found a hidden path. And did I find anything interesting in the room, or was it just the passage?
Realistically, just a passage. There's
Gotcha. No, that's
just a bunch of randomly torn stuff. Wait. False. False. As you begin like scavenging through, you do find like on the ground after you kind of like lift the bed up, thinking you had left everything. You find a book. You find a book in there. It is an encyclopedia of the plains.
She's gonna take that.
Interesting.
And she's gonna quickly, finger flip through it, roll through it, just to see if there's any specific pages that seem heavily noted, flagged to read later, a bookmark, anything like that.
There is a fox ear on one of the pages that shows a completed wheel of cosmology. And it looks just like this. And I will post it in the Friday League chat. There you go.
Pretty.
Well, that's impressive.
Does it look similar to what they had on the camp?
Yes, very similar.
Look at
Maybe
that. You
this
said
is the
Hades,
room.
and what's opposite?
This could be Estabor's room, perhaps.
I don't know.
But, as you do look around, you do see
his
his name. You see his name in the front of the book, kind of written off in the top corner. You also do happen to find there seems to be a golden amulet with in the shape of an eyeball that has a line through it.
She's gonna pick it up with her staff, on the end of her staff, just in case.
Grab the amulet.
She's gonna head over to Phineas as he comes in. I'm assuming they come in eventually. She was, but
No, I'm still not done with this door.
okay, all right. She's gonna kind of hey, Phineas, can I get you to check something out? And she's gonna show the amulet to Phineas.
Check.
All right, Phineas, if you would like to give me an investigation check. Or a knowledge arcana. Up to you.
Ariana is a stage. She would like to help him, so he gets
Yeah.
advantage.
I would roll an Arcana. 13.
All right, you have advantage on it. Because the
I
help
do?
action.
Okay. Come on. 23.
There we go.
That's
All
better.
right. With a 23, you can identify this to be due to the very distinct look of it, that this is an amulet of proof against detection and location.
Well, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
She'll kind of no curses or anything, yeah?
Not that you can tell.
Well, I'm pretty sneaky sometimes, so I think I'll put it on.
All right. Let me look it up so I can tell you exactly what that does. I don't know if it requires... against detection and location.
You shrank 2 feet in size.
There's nothing in the room, just a cool
Ah.
book and a magic item.
It does require attunement.
Okay.
So you won't be able to use it for 24 hours. But while wearing this amulet, you are hidden from divination magic. You are unable to be scryed through any magical means.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Can't believe people leave these things lying around.
All right.
All
Also, to continue, as you make one last cursory glance in the room, you find a bronze crown etched with different planar motifs and a key.
Okay. She's gonna.
So
Oh, that was locked.
the
she's
amulet
gonna-
protects from scrying and divination, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the necklace.
Might be a good idea to give it to the person holding the scroll.
So it requires attunement. So whoever holds it needs to have it for 24 hours before the magic actually works.
Oh, dang! I thought it was on a short rest.
I thought
Is
it
it
was
short
for
rest?
an hour.
Yeah, I thought it was an hour.
It might be. I might be entirely messed up here.
Okay.
It is a short rest.
Okay,
It is a short
sweet.
rest.
All right, yeah,
So-
she'll be like, all right, here, Phineas. She'll take it off. She'll toss it to Phineas. Might be helpful. She'll check out the crown and the key.
What's it?
The
Amulet of
crown
what?
looks to be of lovely bronze. It's very nicely crafted. You would just make a cursory glance. You would guess this is worth between 200 and 300 gold.
Okay. She's gonna be like, can we figure out if this one's cursed too or not? Because I actually think I kind of want to put it on. It was good for my hair.
What's the amulet called? An amulet of what?
The amulet of proof against. Let me get an amulet of proof against detection and location.
And then after that, she's gonna show the key and crown to Phineas as well, and see if he can check it out and see if anything's up with it.
The Phineas has no magical properties, and
The Phineas
key,
has no magical.
Dang.
So Phineas,
How you
the
gonna do
key
Phineas like that?
for you,
Okay.
for you Phineas, with just a quick glance, you know the crown has no magical properties, and the key is probably, from what you can tell, to something here, and it is also non-magical.
Okay.
Okay, I remember that Tuk find a door that is close to the south. Maybe it's that key, perhaps.
Right. Well, Breeden's gonna put on the crown, and before she's like, we might have the key to that, but first we should check out this hidden passage above us. Just make sure there's nothing inside it waiting.
All right, I guess so. Anyways, as good as the other.
Dog, are we going to smash this puny door?
Please don't smash any doors.
Tug,
You're in
we
the
found
other
a
room.
key,
You can't hear
Mr.
me.
Tug. We found a key.
Yeah, you're a little too far away.
Yeah,
I'm not smart enough for
20
this.
minutes doing y'all's thing. I've been waiting here. Look at that.
Tug is just by the door, poking it, trying to get it open.
Get
Oh,
over
no,
him.
I'm going to smash you this.
Oh.
You can give me a strength check.
I'd like to help him. I think Tug and I have an understanding.
You may use a strength check with advantage.
But it also says I have powerful build, so I count as one size. I mean, my weight for pushing, dragging, or lifting, would that count on this as well?
So, I'll give you a DM bonus in my mind, and if I feel like you roll good, maybe I'll lower the DC a little bit.
Okay. So I'm getting this with advantage on my strength check?
Yes.
All right. So the
Because
first
you and I are ripping this door open.
Oh, I got a nat 20. 26 on my strength check on that board.
26. Oh my god. All right. So, with that,
Door be gone.
you like just absolutely destroy the door. Like you kick it so hard it just explodes inwards. And before you is the hallway.
You just hear above you. What the hell was that?
Tug, tug, there is another door. Quick before Bryden comes.
All right, you sprint down, and as you hit this door with your
I
nat
hate
20,
you all.
I will just say that after you hit this initial one, you like with Wolfear behind you, he assisted you with like half of a kick. You guys trip forward and just fall forward, kind of half like sprinting into the next room, hitting the next door. Which as you hit it, you feel it's locked, but your carrying weight breaks through that door as well, and just yeah. So you guys make it into this area, and as you kind of like collapse into here, you see like kind of after whew, oh man, shake your head around for a second, kind of wipe your eyes, and the stars begin to like clear. You can see positioned around this chamber are small plinths and stands with some strange items.
What is a Never mind, it's a pedestal. Gotcha. I looked it up. Continue.
So yes, some strange items. Each is exquisitely designed and entirely unique in its construction. Some are made of like kind of strange and curious materials. Others take a form that you would like not previously have thought possible. Although they're kind of like strange in their design and like kind of alien to you, every one is like very clearly powerful, and each one of them has is like behind thick glass that is etched with like sigils and wards.
I'm just kind of gonna be ready, just for danger here.
Breeden would have immediately taken off at the crash, and then the second crash.
Yeah. So as you're running through, you like see they've crashed through the door, and then like you like run to the door, and as you like look down the chamber, you can see they hit the second door and crashed through that one.
Idiots. Absolute idiots.
I didn't know.
We found some stuff.
I found some stuff.
Guys, we had a key. We had a key.
I had a key too.
Do you understand what stealth is?
I'm sure the main door was very loud.
There are other ways than throwing your body into things to move them.
An axe?
Oh, we're not getting anywhere here. Look,
I brandish my axe. I'm like, yes.
we're lucky. Because you could have opened this. You see how big this room? This is a really big room. Wow.
It's
Look,
nice.
you could have come. It is, but that's not the point. You could have come in here, and there could have been 10 ghouls just sleeping.
I kind of walk over to the.
She's going to look very thoroughly around the room to make
and
sure.
Pick up one of the locks and throw it. Just toss it to Breeden.
Yeah, Breeden will catch it and try to click key on it.
Use your key.
No, as you guys come in, each of these areas, you can. Why did it do that? I'm doing it again.
You blow me up. Fireball.
Oh no, I can't grab them.
Run!
Why would I
get
let
an
me move them?
explosion.
Run!
Ooh, there we go. There we go. That's better. Oh man, I messed things up. Over here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here are magical items. They are warded all around. The only one that you could see that is not like protected by some kind of like arcane force field and like warded is this one.
What is in there?
Walk over to it.
Yeah.
Inside, you look and you see what seems to be a bowl that has like water in it, but that water is jet blue with like lightning moving through it.
Oh, that looks cool.
I'm going to drink it.
Don't
So
drink
it's
the
behind-
water. Come on.
It's behind everything here is behind like thick glass.
Oh, so this one just doesn't have a force field.
No force field, and you do see the glass does have like a crack along the front of it on this one. All the rest of them look untouched.
I'm gonna tap it.
You tap it with what? Like your finger?
My finger.
It's this thick glass, thick heavy glass. and like as you put your finger in the crack, you kind of like twitch your nail, and you can like pick a chunk of the glass out, like it breaks off. Like
Punch
Out
it.
of fury.
strength check,
No.
Yeah, if he's breaking it, I'm assisting.
helping advantage.
25.
I love
I
this.
already got a 25.
All right, we'll roll with the 25. Yeah, you. Let's see if we can.
Oh, and that 20 was the other one.
Ooh, there we go. This is a game of nat 20s today. Like that's what
My
you
God.
needed. You absolutely just shatters into the ground. And now in front of you is a bowl.
Would you like me to identify it before you just drink it?
Please don't do anything stupid.
I can't even drink it. I'm physically incapable.
I swear, I'm talking to Mr. Everbottom after this is done.
Is
Also-
the ball like a bottle or
You don't like having an 8'5" running around?
All right. Before they
You
do
know?
that,
No, really.
Yeah.
no.
I'm. He's just messing with you because I can't physically drink anything. Like
Okay.
I'm making
of
sure no one's
curiosity-
gonna mess with it. Then, right?
There you go.
I might
Out of
mess with
curiosity, did my
Okay.
key open the lock that was tossed to me?
Mm-hmm.
It did?
Yes, it did.
Hey,
All right.
look at that! Look at that! There's keys for locks! And she just throws the lock against the wall. And...
Oh. Before anyone messes with it,
And
I'm
when
gonna
Brian
identify it.
throws the lock against the wall. I'm just gonna be quiet. Not to make any loud noises.
I swear. Don't you start. Don't you start. And she's just gonna sit down for a second.
I'm gonna cast identify on it.
This. Let me pull something up real quick. Make sure I got it correctly. No. What are you?
Where's that? Oh, level 1 spell there.
Well, I
I
might
don't
be
know why I
able to
thought it
drink
was more.
I don't know. I don't need. To
Oh, I'll
drink.
tell you in a second. Don't do it yet.
I could drink it. Maybe.
Don't make me
um,
waste a spell. Let me
I could
figure out
pour it
what
on
it
my
does
head.
first.
So with identify, does that just immediately identify? I can't remember the spell.
You choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting time. If it is a magic item or magic imbue object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it's attunement, if any. You learn whether any spells are affected or affecting the item and what they are. The item was created by a spell. You learn which spell created it.
All right. You place your hand on the bowl, and as you do, begin casting Identify. You see your eyes turn blue, and runes begin passing in front of it as it like scans the outside of this bowl. And you identify this as a bowl of commanding water elementals.
Hey,
Ooh, sweet.
So I tell him, like,
see?
old commanding water elemental.
Now wait, if they drank that, would it have just like
Ow.
exploded from their chest?
Now
Unsure,
that-
but it does require attunement, yes.
Okay. So I tell them, like, you would have to attune to this. This is something
This
that's
will let
That's only
person-
controlling them.
it, so
control one or summon one and control it.
Yeah, to
Summon
read it
fly.
from you. While this bowl is filled with water, you can use an action to speak the bowl's command word and summon a water elemental, as if you could cast Conjure Elemental. It can't be used again until dawn. And copy image. Here is a picture of it, which I will place in the chat. Nope, that is not it. That is the same thing I just.
We have seen these before.
The same thing I just sent.
Okay.
Okay, let me see if I get it now. It is not. Okay.
This is actually pretty good. This is actually really good.
There we go. Now I'm going to actually get it to do its thing.
Alrighty.
There you go.
Oh,
Nice.
I would not have drinking that.
Well, I mean that's something that's pretty useful. It wouldn't be bad to have a water elemental as a friend for, an hour or so.
So we have who has the amulet and is tuning to it? Phineas?
I toss the amulet to Phineas.
Phineas is attuning to that, and who is attuning? Who would like to attune to, or would who wants to, if they will, attune to this, if they wish to take it?
No interest in a ball that controls water.
I'm not gonna lie, I think it's pretty cool.
I'll take it.
Can anyone get these other items out of their force field?
Who has 3 attunement slots?
I've only used one. I've got 2 more.
Well, I don't mind if you carry it.
I mean, I
It
don't
will
want
help.
either.
It will help the group anyway. So.
I mean, I've got
nobody
nothing else.
opposed, anybody else wants it?
No one wants the bowl. I'll take it.
I want the bowl. I'm just,
Those who want it, just throw a coin or something.
To be fair,
So,
I did give up my necklace.
Do what?
I said, to be fair, I did give up my necklace.
All right.
Can
Alright,
we
so
just-
Breeden, you begin attuning to this.
I search these other cages. Do I see any weapons?
Yeah, we're looking.
The other ones
for
have
other
wards
stuff.
on them or stuff.
So
Right.
you do,
can
as
see
you look
through it.
inside, you do see some of these do have, like, you see what looks to be like a black orb that's so black it looks as though it is a non-existence within
No,
like a 1 meters, like a 1 foot like sphere. You see what looks to be a trident. You also see what looks to be like a cloak, but it's like small, but it looks to be made of stars. You see on another end there's a shield that looks to be like a small dragon head or like the skull of a dragon. But yeah, that's what you see.
Those are all warded, right?
Yes, these are all warded.
Can anyone
Okay,
get
then
rid
break
of
through the
this
ward.
foul magic?
I
What's up
cannot.
on the big plinth at the front of the hall?
Shield sounds cool though.
I'm looking at the shield. Yeah,
Yeah, where's the shield? Shield's
it's
up
made
there.
of bone.
So
Anybody has
we'll say,
this
yeah,
spell?
this is where you guys found the bowl. You have a shield here. You have a cloak here. You have that orb of like infinite blackness here. You have, what shall I? It didn't
Trident.
really give me specific items for this, so I'm just gonna make them up on the top of my head. You find a vial over here, in the shape of, or a lamp here. You guys find a lamp here, heavily bejeweled. You find a crown that has galaxies like floating in and around it. And on this side, you guys have a singular plane looking dagger.
That
Nothing
dagger's
to
evil.
rip.
Can
I
I look
got-
at the cloak, or it's impossible to open it?
Tell me if you touch it.
If a what?
Tell
No,
me if
you-
you want to touch any of them.
I want to check the cloak.
All right, so you're looking at it. Would you like to touch the thing?
I want to poke the crown with my axe.
Okay. So
There we are.
Tug,
That's what he's waiting on.
you touch it with your axe,
Boom.
and as you do, like the wards that exist. So for this one specifically, the wards exist in this area right here. In these, at this front of the alcove, it's almost like jail bars that exist out here. As you begin to like push your axe through, you watch your axe not exist, and as you pull it back, however much went into it is no longer there on your axe.
Oh,
So maybe, since we have a couple magical items we need to attune to anyway, we let Phineas take the time to figure out what these wards are. Exactly.
My axe.
Friggin' good
That's
thing
your
you-
own impulsive fault, you know.
Max!
Maybe next time you'll be patient. After all, we don't need to have a bunch of 8-foot-tall 8-year-olds around here.
Well, we better
No.
get him that dagger then.
Is this broken axe
We
something I
dragged them.
could?
Dagger of ultimate evil. It's so plain and obvious looking.
Yeah.
Let's go after the crown. You're looking at dagger.
I'm down for a shield, but
I'm at the
do we
shield,
have
bro.
any dispels? If anyone, it would be the bard, right? They have dispel magic, maybe.
Not one level.
Do all the wards look the same, or is each ward different?
Each ward looks exactly the same.
Oh,
Okay.
I have.
So before we
those
do
magic
anything-
items you gave us, right?
Yeah,
Hmm?
we do.
Matt.
Oh, I forgot about those. Damn.
Um,
I gotta.
Oh,
I-
magic.
Before we do
What-
anything dumb, Breeden's going to take one of the daggers that she got from the town, and she's just going to walk up to each ward that looks just like the one that ate some axe, and she's going to put about an inch of the dagger into it. And then go to the next one and put like an inch of the dagger into it.
You have 5 less inches of dagger at the end.
Right. So this destroys everything, and she's going to toss the handle down onto the ground.
So what's doing that is that when they go,
When it passes
Past
between
the
the bars. Now,
Yeah,
in
when it
doing so,
crosses
did I
the
get any
plane-
other? Did I get any other info other than just it disappears on the other side, or
It
Did I
doesn't even.
notice
It just like as you push it through, you just watch it like dust appears on the other end.
okay? 100% got it. Hey, maybe you could
happens if-
tackle these too.
what's the smallest item?
The
I-
dagger right here.
I wish I had dispel magic, but I don't. Anybody has the power to dispel?
Out of Loki, out of curiosity, how did that object you used before work with that teleporting stuff? Does it have to be a person? Can it be an object?
How does what?
Oh,
Someone used that
Um,
like teleporting thing last battle.
oh, Ariana
That's-
did.
that's me.
Ariana has a teleporting item, but I can only trade two creatures.
Okay, it's got to be creatures. Okay,
Yes, sadly.
I didn't know if it could be objects.
What about the one that opens to get to the book?
That's personal. That was done. Hang on, let me have a look.
Let me see my equipment. If
Yeah, it's personal.
oh well, how does that work?
But
You
which one don't we mind losing?
Summon an
Just for me
enemy
to
from
try.
outside and trade places with it.
I mean, the dagger seems the most boring, and also the most evil.
Oh, well,
Could be
can
a
I
vorpal
So
try?
dagger.
unassuming.
Imagine a vorpal dagger. Hmm.
Okay. I would like to cast telekinesis upon the dagger.
Okay.
And try and pull it through.
Alrighty. So remember, all of these are contained within glass. Same glass as this.
All right. Okay.
But yes,
Could I-
as you.
Could I,
So Phineas,
could
to
I
kind
do
of
it with enough force for it to use the pommel on the dagger to break the glass?
So as you send your mind out and into this area here, as soon as you you can almost feel the tendril of your mind forming out and moving towards this as like the tendril that would be your telekinesis in your mind passes this aura. You get an overwhelming sense of like impending doom and dread.
Pull him
And
back.
then you watch like a tunnel in the distance, like the light at the end of the tunnel, but backwards, just like as you're sucked farther and farther away from the light. And you guys watch Phineas just like convulse onto the ground and fall backwards.
Breeden's gonna make sure he doesn't land anywhere near the barrier.
No, he's far enough away.
Okay, just make sure.
Yeah, no, he like falls back, kind of knocks his head on the ground, not really hurt, but like the sense of like pure nothingness, like absolution, came upon your mind as you attempted to cross that barrier.
At the first sign of that, I would have pulled back as quick as possible.
Yeah, it was like as soon as you touched it. It was as soon as like you touched the barrier, you passed out. But you're unharmed. Nothing to you. You kind of convulse on the ground, and then after about like 5 minutes, you come up awake.
Okay. Here, maybe I will try
Alright.
something.
Find
Who
some
bet on
air
day
his
2
face.
that I was going to hit the dirt?
All right.
Look, hey, you're 2 for 2.
I only got only one shot on it, but I'll waste it on the dagger just in case it doesn't work. So I'm gonna take out the trowel and basically cast Wall of Stone. Can I cast Wall of Stone to push it out from the back wall to us?
That's I haven't thought of that. Like cast Wall of Stone here and have it push
Yes,
it.
and it's allowed to push, like, create a 10-foot wall. Just push it back from like towards us.
I have an idea, but my character's not smart enough to come up with it, so I will not share.
Oh Jesus!
All right. So
It's a good idea.
you cast the stone,
Sad.
and it begins pushing it forward. Slides forward, and as the glass touches, you watch it just disintegrate along here. And as the dagger pushes forward and into the glass, or into the ward, you hear just like a horrible static noise. Just like an unearthly, like pulling away from it, like a difference between like a squeak of like a wet shoe and like the scream of a person being like crushed to death.
All right.
And you watch it just like bouncing and bouncing and bouncing and bouncing around, like unable to move in any other way but forward. Not destroying itself, but eventually like your stone is not pushing it any further, and you watch it fall to the ground. The dagger is like on the ground right on the other side of that.
Okay. All right. So a Half-Life weapon glitch. Or Half-Life object.
There is unsure. There's something crazy about this weapon. There's a reason it's locked up.
It's sentient.
Oh. I guess Breeden's gonna be like when he says it's sentient. Breeden's gonna be like, "Hello, weapon, you alive?"
You don't hear any. The dagger doesn't say anything to you.
This is a relief.
Sometimes you gotta be holding the weapon for it to speak.
Right.
This
I think
could be artifacts.
fair. I think fooling around with these things probably isn't the best idea, and also is probably a waste of our time. We've kind of got a limited amount of food before we starve to death in here, so maybe don't want to be fooling around for a whole day trying to get through magical walls that disintegrate you.
Give me
Okay,
a.
you guys can eat the cooked
If you look,
bread.
if you look forward on it at the dagger, you can give me a. You can give me a perception check,
I'll do that.
and then a knowledge arcana check. I would need a perception check of at least 15, and then a knowledge arcana check of at least 20, to figure out what.
Okay. Well, that's a 17. Do I roll both or just the one?
That's if you get at least the 15 on the perception check, then you can try for the 20 on the.
Well, let's enjoy my +0 roll.
Hey,
You get that
one more
nat.
than I got.
Woo! That one.
That one.
You can
I'm not
see
good with
that
math.
something. You can see that something is written on it in a very, 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 very ancient language, in a language you have no comprehension or even close. Like you can't be like, oh, it's Dwarvish or Elvish. This like predates most. This predates Elvish,
If
and
it's Sylvan, I do know it.
It's
No,
gnomish,
this-
isn't it?
this predates Elvish, and you are unsure.
Would it be primordial?
Let me see. Actually, might it?
Uh,
Is it? No, it is not.
Uncommon?
No.
All right, everybody. What
Miss
language
100%
do
of
you
the
have?
shots you don't take.
I just have to make sure.
So you pointed it out to everyone. Does anybody speak Abyssal?
Oh, where's the tieflings?
Well, you know, I missed that elective.
I got undercommon. Hey, let me.
I got uncommon too.
You got a
No.
character.
Let's see if I have a spell for this.
I don't have comprehend language.
Spell if it's spoken but not written.
No, I don't think so.
We should come
Oh,
back to this place
I have-
later.
I do have comprehend language, but it's about
Talking.
actually comprehend
You
language.
can read
You must touch the surface. So
Yeah, go on and touch it.
I
That's one of our wizard groups had a spell magic.
I
I
have
know.
an idea.
I didn't get it. I know. I know. I could have.
It's all your
But
fault.
my third level spells are
I have Ariana has an idea.
healing, healing.
Uh,
Curse.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
You're good.
Okay. Ariana has comprehend languages, and maybe somebody else do too. But we can learn what something says if we touch it. But if for some reason somebody has like minor illusion, you could make a projection on the floor of the writing, and I could touch it and read it.
I mean, that's clever, but does that work? DM,
Yeah, that would be DM's call.
I'm
I mean,
cool with it.
technically, we could just carve it into the ground or on a piece of
True.
paper.
I'm cool with the minor illusion. That's something new. But I posted in the league chat what it looks like.
Um,
Kind of cool. Oh, I got a question. Find the thing here.
okay, I have an idea.
So you said that
Okay,
side to side right here.
let's hear it.
Do I see any like symbols or anything etched in on where the field touches it or the field meets it?
Like can you read the wards?
Or no, can I see that there's a word here? Because it goes here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as you look at the area that is guarding in front of this, you can see like random sigils and wards appear like for a second, faded out, and kind of like a heavily opaque like writing, and like disappear and float back up and then disappear. It just kind of randomly shows across the area in front of the little alcove.
Okay.
Does somebody has comprehend language as a ritual, or should I waste a slot?
I mean, if you can cast it as a ritual, can't you? Or can you not?
I can. I don't have the power of rituals, but if somebody else has, I will save the slot. If not, I will cast it. Okay, and if nobody, I will cast away. I will use minor illusion first and project the writing on the floor, then use comprehend language to read it.
So you cast this onto the floor, and then as you read it, you see the writing. The words is Jathman.
Jathman.
Do anybody recognize the name?
Can we make it some type of check? Your religion and history.
History check.
I can do that.
I got a negative one. Go for it.
For anybody, or just like?
I guess anybody could try.
I got a 14.
I got an 11.
All right.
I'll throw
Let's
it
see
out.
what people get. Let's see what people get.
Not
I got a
good.
16.
You could roll Arcana as well if you wanted to. History or Arcana.
Rolled a 7.
So far, History, nobody has gotten a high enough DC to know anything.
Yeah, I still got -1 on Arcana, so much better.
I was guidance for this.
Oh, yeah, I could cast guidance. I forgot that was a spell.
That's
I'm not
19
used.
plus 1 dice 4.
Who hasn't rolled yet?
All right, Ariana, with that, even though you got a nat 20 with a -1, I will give you the knowledge of the nat 20. Who is your Warlock patron?
Is the hex blade is a sentient sword.
Alrighty.
Arcana.
So,
16 plus
Ariana,
5.
as soon as you like the name appears and you're like Jathman, it like clicks and you like your eyes, like the thing that exists right here behind that, like that dagger, that dagger itself may put the book of vile darkness to shame.
Told you it
my.
was evil.
Yeah.
That's this is known as the Jathman Dagger, and you remember it because it is the only weapon in existence that has ever permanently slayed a greater deity.
Oh my gosh. This is
Yeah,
an artifact. I
This
it's a good-
think
dagger itself is close to millions of years old.
oh my gosh. I tell the group.
I
think
want
this
nothing to do with that.
I think these are objects that are beyond our mortal powers.
Yes, this is a in game terms, a +7 unholy dagger.
Yikes.
Right. So that exists, and meanwhile we pulled on a bowl.
Speaking of, as you guys are sitting here, and we're gonna wrap up with the statement I had to say. As you guys are sitting here, Breeden, as you are breathing in normal air, you feel your chest begin to tighten.
Mhm.
You feel your like as though you're suffocating. Like
Uh-oh.
you're trying to breathe air, but for some reason
Stick my face in the
Like-
bowl.
you suck up the water and you can feel like pseudo fins begin growing on your neck. And as you pop your head out, you're like berated by a splash of water shooting up and out of that bowl. And in front of you guys appears, ooh, process please. There you go. A large water elemental. Can I get a charisma check from you,
Sure.
Breeden?
Okay. Let me get that. Where's my charisma? It's not horrible. It's not horrible. Believe in me.
I got a
A 14.
All right.
Oh wait, sorry, that was a save. I rolled the wrong thing. I apologize.
You said a check or a save?
Yeah, sorry, I accidentally did a save. Was it a save or was it a check?
No, it's a check. It's a check. It's a contesting check.
Okay. That would have been the exact same number as normally rolling my charisma. So
That's fine. That's totally fine. I think it only matters on advantages versus saves.
that's fair.
So you attempt to, as this thing like calls forward, unknowingly that you summoned it. You attempt to exert your will over it, in order to control it, and you watch it just like shake its head, pull its trident up, and prepare for battle.
Inspiration.
Sure.
I'm gonna re-roll. I have 4 of them. So all right. Oh, I clicked my charisma. There we go. Roll. I will burn am I allowed to burn more, or is it just advantage on one check?
I'll give you 2. I'll give you 1 more.
All right.
We'll max it out at 2 on one specific roll.
I
Gotcha.
believe.
Believe in me.
Yes.
Ah, I was on 17. I rolled back down. Nope, I failed.
All right. No, it pulls up its trident, and we will begin next session in combat with this myrmidon.
Oh, a mermaid.
Interesting.
Okay.
Why did you start breathing water? What happened?
It's probably cursed.
The bowl.
Yeah, these are all artifacts that are beyond our power.
Maybe.
I want the dagger.
Yep.
So
I
we'll hand here, guys.
I want the shield.
Just
I really wanted to get to this room.
yeah, you guys did absolutely awesome. I was like, you guys surprised me in every little situation we got into. I didn't expect you guys had some crazy stuff trying to get these weapons. There are not. It is. I will tell you now, as a DM, it is a futile effort to get any of these other weapons at all. They
I
are.
was gonna eat the wall.
I mean, you gave
It's
it. You could summon a water elemental inside the area, and then switch places with it with that teleportation rod.
Ooh.
That 100% would make sense and work. But I will tell you now, as a DM, I will that
Find a
these
way.
are off limits. These are off limit items. I picked high level world ending artifacts to be contained in here to
Oh.
make a point.
You should
For
have
our
given a
level
rod. I don't know,
742.
man. You gave us 2 pieces of a puzzle. Ulf was just not smart enough to have that idea. So
We'll see what you guys do. We'll see what you guys do. But we'll just go through real quick. We'll do nominations real quick, and then we'll do likes and dislikes, and then we'll close it out and get ready for Friday. No, wait till next Friday. Oh, by the way, so everyone knows. 1, 2, 3. Okay, never mind. I will no longer be running the sessions once we finish this one up. I'm going to be doing the streamed GM game on Fridays from that point on, and then my paid game on Sundays. So if you guys would like to join in on that, it's a Spelljammer campaign. It's $15 a session if you guys want to join in the future. Maybe once we complete the campaign with the GMs, I'll go back to Adventure League. But we'll see how that goes.
wait, so who's running? Is anyone running this one?
I'm going to continue. We're going to finish this module out.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. Yeah, so we got probably 3 or 4 more sessions of this. I hope to end by the 25th because I go on vacation the following Friday.
All right, everybody. We'll let them do all their technical stuff off stream. I'll go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We have nothing going on tomorrow night, but we've got Lost Mines of Phandelver on Sundays. On Mondays, we aren't doing anything this week or next week. Tuesdays, we're doing Cycle of Cerberus. Wednesdays are Strahd, Thursdays are Scroll Thief, and next Friday will be another session of this. So make sure you're tuning in. Also, we have 3. We only need 3 more followers to get to 100. I expect that we'll probably hit that by Sunday. I imagine either Sunday or Monday, or Sunday or Tuesday's stream. We will hit that follower goal. So make sure that you tune in for that, because that's when we'll give away some dice. But thank you so much for tuning in. This was Dice Dad. Well, this has been Weeb. Weeb was the one running the game, but this is Dice Dad.